kitchen to talk about healthy snacks for kids. Janae Ritchie is a pediatric dietitian, and she's here to share some recipes with you today. Good to see you.
Hi.
All right, now when we're trying to make something for the kids, they tend to want very sweet, right? But we're looking for low sugar. So today you're gonna tie those in, right?
Right. Today we're making a granola bar that's a little bit on the sweet side. There are some sweets in it. It's a little bit of sugar, a little bit of honey, but it's also got a lot of good ingredients like oatmeal, almonds, craisins, things like that.
And this is probably something really good for a breakfast because kids need something nutritious to start their day, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I have a lot of patients that come in and say, oh, I'm too busy for breakfast. So you can send them with a healthy granola bar just on the road. Minutes.
In the car, on their way.
Oh, definitely. That's what parents are always asking me. What can I give my kid on the way that's not expensive, that's healthy?
All right, very good. So we're going to make this, and these guys are going to help.
Yeah.
So we can put the kids to work. I love that. All right, where are we starting?
So we're going to start with the oil. Derek's actually going to measure our oil. We have a half a cup of oil.
Okay. Any certain kind that you like better than others?
So either canola oil, we've got a vegetable oil right here. You can also do some of the newer margarines and melt it. I've also made it with peanut butter. You can melt peanut butter.
Oh, wow.
So there's lots of different varieties on oil that you can use. And then we have a half of a cup of sugar. And we have, let's see, can you grab a spoonful? Perfect. All the way.
It's a pretty simple recipe. No, like, you know, ingredients that we have to search for. You're going to find all this at the grocery store.
And then we have a quarter of a cup of flour. So, Derek, could you go ahead and start stirring that with a whisk? We're going to whisk that in.
And you know what I like is that these guys are helping do it because when you get your kids involved, they're more likely to eat the stuff that you're making, right?
Yeah, definitely. And they get to taste it as they're making it. Sometimes kids will lick the bowl and also touch, feel. It's a lot of the whole experience. We're also going to have some honey. Brianna, you want to try measuring our honey for us? Honey sometimes comes out of the jar either too slow or too quick. So Brianna's actually going to twist off the whole top and show us how to put the whole
if you're using that much, might as well.
Yeah, exactly.
I could see my little girl just squeezing.
And I'm going to have you measure it right over top here, so if we go overboard, we're not going to have any mess.
Oh,
keep going. Here we go, all the way.
All right, very
perfect.
Good. So you can write these ingredients down.
And as you can see, kids can get really involved, even though sometimes we think that they might get messy. Just with a little bit of instruction, even a 3-year-old can learn how to stir. At any age, they can start helping in the kitchen.
Yeah, they really can. And I love it because sometimes when I'm making dinner or something like that,
some more.
I want to spend time with the kids still.
Exactly.
So this is the way you're spending time together, too.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and go with the cinnamon.
Okay, now how much cinnamon are you going to put in?
Cinnamon is a quarter of a teaspoon.
So a little goes a long way with cinnamon. But it's no big deal if you go a little bit over.
There we go.
But he's being really careful. I'm pretty impressed there.
Perfect.
He's like, not a drop
over. And then we're going to add a half a teaspoon of vanilla.
All right. I can't wait to see the end product because these look really good. Now, I noticed you have some different things. You have some nuts and cranberries that we're going to do here.
Yeah.
You have the oatmeal that you're getting ready to pour in. What about substitutions with these or when you're making a recipe? I mean, it's no big deal. If they don't like cranberries, you can do something else, right?
Right. Any kind of dried fruit you can actually do. We have a whole cup of dried fruit. So whether it's apricots that you cut up into pieces,
whatever they
raisins, whatever they want, they can just put that in. Derek's going to go ahead and put 2 cups of oatmeal for us.
All right. So while he's doing that, is this a good snack to give if your kids want energy, like maybe before they go to a game or before they go to school or something like that?
Yeah, it's definitely a good snack. It's got a lot of nutrients, carbs. They need carbs for energy. I know that there's trends of low-carb diet. Low-carb diets are not good, not for kids. We do not want them to be, especially before exercise, because our body functions a lot on carbs. We're going to have you switch, Brianna, to a big spoon now.
All right, so wrapping up here, so what do you have left? Are those like Rice Krispies?
Yeah, we have Rice Krispies.
Well, now, why do you have those on there?
Rice Krispies add a little bit of crunch.
Okay. So there's your crunch instead of any candy crunch. Then you have the cranberries.
Yeah, the cranberries.
And then the almonds are great because, of course, nuts have protein and all that good stuff.
And they also have a lot of unsaturated fats that are good for our heart and protective.
Oh, very good. Okay, so she's going to stir these up. All you have to do is put them in the pan here. So once she finishes stirring, you'll put them in the pan. Do you have to bake them for a certain amount of time?
Yeah, you bake them for 20 minutes at 350. And
you're done. Yeah. Okay, now we talked about, and there's the final result. Those do you want one?
Yeah,
I know I want one. You can go ahead and get in there. Before we go, I know these are great for energy, but what about when kids go to bed? Is there any kind of snack? My son, I don't care what time we have dinner, right before bed, he's like, I'm hungry.
Yeah, so you want to make sure that they're finished eating at least like 2 hours before they go to bed. Eating right before they go to bed, they're going to be putting on all the energy. They're just going to be storing it as fat.
Okay.
So it's not necessary.
So say too bad, so sad.
Okay. Give them a glass of water. Sometimes it's just that they're thirsty because they're a little bit dehydrated.
All right, very good. Good tips. For more information, you can go to totalkid.azcentral.com. Now, what's really cool is we want you to check out the Total Kid app for iPads. The Total Kid app can be your source for health information, like we just talked about, the recipe from the experts at Banner Children's. Featured topics include robots to the rescue, living with migraines, and when kids should stay home from school. Total Kid also features kid-friendly recipes and safety tips for parents. To learn about the Total Kid app, go to totalkid.azcentral.com.